Look at the Sky family. In fact, I think they just use their pardon. And let's see whether we are able to tank this again. I think the first hit was by this guy. Is it this guy? Yeah, he got eaten up. And the second hit was I think, is it this one? Let me double check. One of this guy. They hit into Jimmy. Jimmy Two Toes. Are they gonna hit one more time? Let's see. Please don't hit. Sky family, he is offline. Can you give up on that hit? This is gonna be a very tough one if this Baron gonna hit on him. Fuck. Is that a double or triple rally? SK Liu? Holy shit. I think we have to shoot this shit. There you go. Fuck. It's a burn. Horrendous hit. But how much money did he drop? 20 million? Too painful, man. I'm not sure whether he's able to tank the second one. That's bad. Alright, they're gonna do the second rally again. Let's see whether the second one will be a different one. Because if the front line are all T1s, to tank 2 hits by the Baron and someone like this kind of top gear, right? I'm not sure whether we can tank this shit. Fuck, that's not good. Yes, that's my guild member, but he's on a mission. Let's see. Sit back and relax. Whether we can cap that at the very last minute, you guys will see. Maybe just an epic failure. He's all alone in this kingdom. If you can capture this, if you can cap this Baron, we have one less threat for our Emperor War. Looks like an epic failure. What is wrong with Wins0n account? Wins0n account? Wins0n. I don't even know what is Wins0n full name. Wins0n is in which guild? Looks like we got fucked. That's horrendous. This dude? What's so special about his account? So, nothing special. 2.2 billion. Yep. Ah. You know, you don't really need to have your leader to win the Baron War or Emperor War. In fact, if you look back into the past Emperor War by CTK Harry Jaya, he won the Emperor without any leader. So basically he just sent solo marches. The way how he won the war is through the coordination of his alliances. So it's all timed properly to allow him to have this small little window time. So if all this small little window time add up together, it plays a very big part in the whole duration of the Emperor throne. So I won't be surprised that Wins0n, although he lost his leader, he's still able to win the Emperor title. So of course you need a lot of troops, because you're gonna send a lot of leaderless march to hold on to the Emperor throne. Yeah, for such superpower like him, right, he don't really care of being rally. If you lose troops, so be it, but apparently 2228 I think now is 222. What? 26 million in 1 minute. Guys. Hall of Fame question number 1. In the next 1 minute, once I change the page, once I refresh, what would be the new might of CS Wins0n? Closest answer to the 500,000 win. My guess, I guess it will be 2272 0000000. That's my guess. I'm going to refresh right now. In 3, 2, 1. The answer is ding 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 ding. Hey, 2266. None of you got it correct. Boo. Okay. Let's do it again. Look at this. All he need is just the... He lack of the Baron. Oh yeah, he's the Baron, so he couldn't have the Baron title to have the training boost. So, too bad. Okay, let's see. One last try. I think he's gonna boost to... Probably when I wake up in the morning. He could be 10 billion. Well, it's no surprise, right? When you have all the mythic training equipments, training boosts from this helm, this legs, and this champion one. Well. Where is he? 522357. Let's find him. Horrendous. That's a joke. He got zeroed. I'm ashamed of you. Alamak, look at this. La la la. Bot. IGG, can you see all the bots? Bot. Yes. Hi, Steven. Hi, Dennis. Yes, I started using Steam. How's the Steam? Is it much better now? Previously, I used the Knots Emulator, and it seems like it's a bit laggy, and I changed to the Steam. Do let me know if it's much better, so that I can continue using the same one. What the fuck? I couldn't even click on him. Ooh, Ayah. Ooh, fuck. Motherfucker. I couldn't click on him. That's a joke, man. Hey, wait, one second. Fuck it, this shit. So, okay. I will just, for this whole point of stream, right, I'll just answer some of the Q&A questions. So if you guys have any questions for me, just post it on the chat. I look it through and I'll answer to the best of my knowledge. Okay? So before I answer the question, Hall of Fame question number 5 is, number 2 is, for the very next time when I manage to click on CS Wins0n, right? This motherfucker, this guy, now it's at 2293 million, right? 2293 million. For the very next time I click in, what would be his updated might? My guess, in the next 5 minutes, it will be 2325. That's my magic number, 2325. What the fuck? 3 billion? Are you serious? Can't be, right? In the next 5 minutes. So let me just answer some questions here. I think some of you guys has been asking me some random question, but I kind of busy and didn't really answer your question. What is this about? Ran out of room based on okay, this question. I thought I would say hi. I love your videos, always have a question about new familiar attacks. If we start with an infantry base stat of 700% and we attack with familiar, the rabbits, Bonaparte, engineer, German Gremlin, I'm not sure what to use for a number 5 if should be infantry HP or cavalry because of the counter. So question is based on the max. That's quite confusing. I don't understand what you're talking about. Okay. A very simple answer is you want to attack in full infantry. Just use the default way of how Sky 29 hit us. Look at this. Oh, you are lucky. The battle report is not expired yet, so Sky 29 effectively sent full infantry, right? And he sent a bit of buffer and 1-1. By right, the proper way, Sky 29 makes there's a small way of improvement of how he should send his troops. So instead of sending just 1 heroic cannons, right, and 1 ancient drought riders, he should send at least 4 and 4. Reason being, every single troops, right, will represent a squad, and for the attack animation will actually have a longer duration for them to hit it down. So perhaps you have at least 4 troops. But if you actually do your proper research, right, the best way is to have a buffer like this: 2 hero cannons, 2 ancient riders, 2 royal guards, 2 stout sniper. That would be the best. Or either way, if you got T2s, it's fine. And look at this. You got a bunny. The bunny is the one that get 150% times 5 of your infantry attack. Then this is Jamming Gremlin, the one that's stacked to 900%. Hoarder is the one, the shielding effect. Shielding effect is the one that actually improve your overall effective toughness by exponentially. Tempestite is the one that actually stun. Tempestite is actually better than Mega Maggots. Mega Maggots is the one that stun your enemy heroes. Okay, so should be something like that. I'm not too sure about what your question is, so that's the best lineup. But all in all, if you don't have all this, right, you have to play around with what other choices there are. Who is this guy? POA? POA is who? Oh. Okay, so back. The answer. Alright, so we have 3 billion, 2.315 billion, 2.33 billion, RJ gas 2.39 billion, and SM Momat gets 2.71 billion. The answer is just 2.338. Wow, that's fast. What the fuck? RJ, you're spot on, man. You're just like 2 million away. So I guess you are the Hall of Fame for today. Wait, do we have a target now? Who is this guy? Wow, this could be one of our competitor for the Emperor. TNW. TNW sounds like a Taiwan guild. Is it Taiwan guild? Not too sure. Hello, Hajime Fukuroda. 你好，大家好，我是陈兄。JVT. You guys know the history of JVT? Let's see if I have the history page. Let me just go through some history lesson with you guys. Who is this guy? What the fuck? OOO. Similae. Oh, OOO is part of the KW. that big alliances that's able to rally, split into 23 different rally leaders, right, to rally on the like 1/billion might. I think they are quite active. But the problem is, although they are able to split into so many of the rally leaders, out of the 23 rally leaders, there's only one that is a decent max out mythic champ gear. The rest of them are kind of like normal. Where else? Let me see. Did someone just post a new coordinate? What about that? Ah! You guys remember that guy called S9S Uti? Let's see, This is a bit laggy for some reason, I don't know why. Oh, AU is an Arabic good. What the fuck? What the hell is that? Oh, JVT. $505. Let's find new stuff. 505 313 371. What about this? What the fuck? Why are you showing me a random nonsense? Come on. Find target. 635 635 357. Oh, did I just mess up? Fuck it, I'm not interested to find any random coordinates that are true. Okay, guys, I'm currently in Kingdom. I'm in Kingdom 415. So, if you guys see any targets that is highly likely to be offline, any might that is, I don't know, that is meaty, someone that we can rally, right? Just post the coordinates in chat. I'll have a look and see whether we should rally on that motherfucker. Okay, back to the history of JVT. This guy. See this one? Wait, is this a JVT? Ah, look at this JVT. I thought JVT totally is out of the RAM, but they are back again. Oh, JVT, there's Sing Sing. But Sing Sing is not really a max out player. Nova Dan is also not a max out player. You know how I see whether they are max out player? You know, for many of us, when we look at full mythic champ players, right, we couldn't really differentiate them. We just look at the overall stats, right? We just assume, oh, they are the same, but in fact, they are quite different based on the virtue of the stars. 67 stars versus 79 stars versus someone like our guild. Let's give you an example. Our guild, right, of 105 stars is a very big difference. Do you know why? For someone to be able to commit to 105 castle skin star, not only the stats is higher, the overall mannerism and the way how they really spend on the game, you can see the difference. It's like they are rich as fuck, and they don't give a shit of to spend things effectively or in a very cheap manner. They just spend. So this guy versus that another guy that has 67 stars, right, is a vastly big different story. Let me see if I have the stats for the best. Look at these max stats. I know, right? I know. Whether it's bots or not, I don't really care, because it doesn't really matter. Look at this. The max stats with all the castle skin star, I guess, is... Wait. If we add up all the infantry stats, I think it's slightly different now. Now the max stats for Emperor gear, right, if it's going to send full infantry, will be... will be 658% army attack. What the fuck? 658% army attack for Emperor max infantry stats. And together with the max infantry attack of 833%, the overall stats that adding to your infantry, right, is 1491%, including all the castle skin stars and all the buff from the fort, Baron title, Emperor title. Ada. Oh, that's freaking high, man. No JVT. Last time, where is the... Which familiar are best for rally trap? I have gone through one of the video of how to be a rally trap. So I mentioned before, if you want to be a rally trap, the main thing is you need to entice people to hit you, and you need at least 33 million frontline and anti-frontline strength. So I just do a quick recap, because I already explained in my another video. So for instance, if you go back to all the familiars out here, I always mention there are 3 familiars that are very important: the Trickster, Dragon Gremlin, and Goblin. Because the way how it improves is that all this, it will stack up to 900% if you lose at least 90% of troops. But the point of a rally trap is, it's very difficult for you to lose at least 10% of troops, because for a typical rally trap, the breakdown is something like this, right? The Titan kind of rally trap. Titan means you're able to tank like 20 over 30 over concurrent rallies. Your breakdown is something like this. I.e. to say, to lose 10% of your troops in one single hit, you have to lose at least 2.7 million troops. It's not gonna be effective. It's not gonna be fruitful to have a familiar like this, because unlikely you're gonna, in one single hit, you drop 2.7 million. So that's the reason why for rally trap, depending on your front line, right? If your front line is infantry, the default first familiar you should use is Jazier. I repeat, if your front line is infantry and you are a rally trap, your default first familiar should be Jazier. Because if you read it by the face value, it mentioned at the start of the battle it reduces enemy half max HP by 40%. If IG stays silent in the way of how they describe a particular description like this, right, it means from the 0 second to the 40 second of the whole duration of the battle, this will be applicable. It's just like an administrative buff, right? It's just like an administrative buff. So now the question is why I use this familiar if I am an infantry frontline. Because if you are infantry frontline, the thing you fear the most is someone sending a full cavalry march against your infantry frontline. That's the reason why you need to have a very strong anti-frontline strength. So in order to do that, to boost up this amount over here, anti-frontline, you need to have either a very strong range or something that can reduce the cavalry max HP. That is it. Who are we zeroing? Bad news, we got zeroed. As the title suggests, we are... Wow, my guildmate got zeroed. That's fucking unfortunate, man. I don't say that anymore. Look at this. We got zeroed. Because of... he got locked out. And fuck this shit, he got zeroed. But I guess it's not our day. In fact, I switched on this stream with the mindset that I'm gonna win, but it's a catastrophe because suddenly his account got locked out, and in a mere 10 minutes we got zeroed. In fact, right, we are supposed to eat up the Baron and few of his alliances, because for the first 2 hits we managed to eat up 2 of the rally leaders. And he was so pumped and ready to eat up more rallies, right? And suddenly his account got locked out. What the fuck? And that's all, folks. He got zeroed. Fuck this shit, man. That's a joke, man. Okay, so... that's terrible enough. You lose 100 million might is as good as nearly zeroed. Is Strike's a good familiar to attack? What is that? What does Strike do? This one? Increase calf max. Nah, it's not good. If you want to have this, you might as well get this, right? Okay, if you want to have this, might as well get any of the familiars that's over here. The default best strong cavalry hit is always Frostwing Goblin, Saber Fang, Tempestite, and Mega Maggots. And Mega Maggots will be swapped out by Gargandua. Mega Maggots over here for the range will be swapped out by Blackwing. Mega Maggots for a strong infantry hit will be swapped out by Bonaputic. It's very straightforward. It's always before the introduction of the new familiars, right? The Gargandua, Blackwing, and Bonaputic. Before the new tier 5 army familiars, the default way of sending the best lineup, possible lineup for a strong single troop march, right, is always 2 DPS, 1 shield, and 2 stun. It's always the case. Can you translate to English, please? Thank you. I maxed my gear, my pirates, and to my surprise, I saw it and it was not good. When I used Emulator and then tried a better... Yes, man. That's the reason why I kind of regretted leveling up my pirates to level 5. In fact, if I do my testing beforehand, right, I probably won't max it at all. Because I did a check between Jamming Gremlin and Pyrus. As long as Jamming Gremlin trigger at least twice or more, Pyrus is no way compatible with Jamming Gremlin in terms of the attack output. So that is how it is. Yep, just screenshot this. That is the default best familiar out there to use. Okay, so minimum, get your Jamming Gremlin, your Trickstar, Goblin. All the tier 5 one that's too expensive, let it be, and the second one that's cheap is Tempestite. Unlock it, because Tempestite is very versatile. Something that you can use it for all the different way, in your infantry hit, your range hit, or your cavalry hit. Alright, the third slot will be actually the shoe. The shoe is something that you should not underestimate. 7% is actually way more than 7%. It could be a hit start of 10%, a hit start of, give you a hit start of more than 20% morale. It's like giving invulnerability. You know, if you play Dota, right, it's like Omni Knight, you have a Guardian Angel to actually stop the whole damage dealt to you. That give you a hit start in the battle. Yep. So, if I were you, you should rank in this manner. Or the Jamming Gremlin, Trickster, Goblin, after which your second slot will be your Tempestite, then a random shoe that you need. So it really depends on the mannerism of your game and how often do you send your infantry or your range or your cavalry. If you are someone that always send infantry, then obviously you have to max out these three first: Jamming Gremlin, Hoarder, and Tempestite. That's it. Let's say we give cavalry 150% HP. By using Jazier in the familiar, would the cavalry HP be? That's a good question. Okay, for Jazier, right, minus 40% HP, right, should be read as face value, which is a additive. I repeat, it's additive. It's not multiplicative. Which means is, let's say is someone started off 200%, it just merely reduced to 160%, right? Just like this. It's not reduced by the 40% of the overall. It's not that case. If it's that case, it's freaking strong, man. But it's good enough. 40% of HP is very significant. In fact, 40% HP is way more than saying that increase your range attack by 15%. Because 40% less HP is better than increasing your attack by 15%. Okay, I guess I have answered most of your Q&A question, and I will cut the stream. Guys, this is a tragedy. I didn't manage to show a victory of how we managed to capture the Baron leaders. It's epic failure, so too bad. I can't believe I'm showing a failure of our guild, but so be it. Sometimes shit happen and we got locked out and he nearly got zeros, but so be it. Okay guys, hopefully I will be back and stay tuned. Highly likely I will participate in the next Emperor War. So remember to subscribe, and if you want to support me, please slap the like button, thank you, and click the bell notification. And in terms of any financial support, feel free to buy my ebook in the description. Buy it for your wife. Alright, okay, that's it. Good luck, have fun, bye bye.